Okay. Is it actually functioning now? Should be. Still trying to learn half the crap that's going on. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Now it should actually be working. Fantastic. Onto the camera, let it zoom in and get focused properly. Is it on? Yeah, looks like it. A little chat box going on. I need to actually sit in here and edit, and as I keep saying, make some proper assets for myself to use. But that would take too much effort. Alright. Last week I recall getting to this point and making the weird little, well, not making, but cutting out little jig piece for the tracks. Because this is what's going to hold the rear wheel on for all this month's just terrible nightmare mess right here, so that I can put the put the rest of the tank actually together, which needs these pieces right here, I believe. Looks like they just glue together really easily. That'll be nice and simple. I didn't notice this little ring here before either. That's fantastic. Alright. Let's get out the nice instruction manual here. We ended pretty much just over here before, which took a while. Now I gotta cut all these wheels out. I guess I'll start on that now. Just getting them cut up and cleaned out is going to be fun. 16 of those, 2 of B17, and 6 of B19. Does it look like it's all that's on here? Oh, 12. 12, Jesus. B16, I'm looking. I need 12, and that is actually how many we've got. It was probably due to the fact that I kind of screwed up getting it started. Let's get all these pieces cut out so I can get running. I need to test out getting the airbrush working so we can get back to work on the S3 Viking, but I thought it might be nice to take a little bit of a change because I just did nothing practically on that last stream, and there's another dog barking again. Too many dogs here. This is absurd how many dogs there are now. These are really difficult to cut out. Can't get the sprue cutter in there to do it. I have to do it the old-fashioned way, provided I don't cut myself first. There we go. I don't know what those parts are for yet. We'll worry about that in a few. Alright. Get these pieces all cleaned up. Did actually remember to get my tweezers this time, which will be helpful, I would say. Move that there. This is a neat kit. Looks nicely detailed. Should be fun to build. I want to get the gearing class destroyers that this company makes. Oh my god. Bark, 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 bark. Hold on. It's not fun to have to constantly tell your dog to shut up. But I have to. Everyone's always walking around. Every single one of my neighbors has dogs now, I swear. And they all have these stupid yappy dogs that never shut up. It's quite irritating. Capri is always freaking out about them because of it. I just want my nice dog to quiet down sometimes. Suspension's like the worst part of a kit to build every single time. Nobody likes doing these. It's tedious, it doesn't feel like very much happens, but it's necessary to get it done. Otherwise, you can't build the kit. It makes a lot of sense. I have no clue why the dogs are being so loud. Anyway, sorry. I'm not like high energy today. Haven't really done very much today. Computer issues at work stopped me from getting anything done there. That was great. Gloves are needing to fit slightly better. That's a fun sound, I bet, over the microphone. Alright. Let's see if we can clean these off more now. I don't know that I'll be streaming for very long today, because I do have a few other things I need to get done still, but I did at least want to stream some and get some more work done. I might do more on Saturday if I'm not working on anything else, and I probably won't be. Sure, I'll have fewer of you able to watch me on Saturday, but that's fine. I mean, it's just 2 people or 3 people right now anyway. I haven't clicked all the buttons to tell. Not on the right screen. I'm watching chat the exact same way you guys are. Alright. No damage? No, thank God. I could avoid some of like making these look too good by how you attach them to the tank, but you don't want them all to look exactly the same. You don't want them all pointing the same direction. That's all texture that's supposed to be in there, I hope. Looks like it. I don't want to modify those. I think that would take too long. Too much cleanup if I try and get into that stuff. What in God's name was that? Pets destroying things. Well, that's not good. Okay, we'll just sand that off. we go. That might be a little quicker and cleaner looking, actually. Seem to have less latency. I can actually watch my stream with like not a whole minute of time passing in between what I'm doing and what I'm seeing on the screen. That's not bad. It's way better than last week. I couldn't tell what was happening on that one. Get that little bit of the nubbin off. But still see the edge. Still feel it. I think this is the first time I've actually streamed 2 weeks in a row. I've been pretty bad about actually taking care of this stuff like I should. I always make up excuses, and I was debating on doing the same thing tonight. Oh, I'll just say I won't stream tonight, no one will care. But then what's the point? Took all the effort to get all the stuff to start this and set it all up. I might need to keep at it. Especially because that's the only way any of it ever works. You actually put some effort into it. If you don't, you never get anywhere at all. Should be fine. Wish they would have made this part a little less flush with the nub. Make it much easier to clean if it were. It's so rough after doing that. Should use lighter sandpaper. Finer sandpaper. It's actually, no, you can't see anything, can you? 5 separate reminders to take out the trash? That's pretty bizarre. Move this over here so that way it still works the same, but I can get you guys in frame better. I'm sorry. I gotta pay more attention on that. All the whole point is working on the kit. And if you're not able to see the work being done, it's just hands moving the whole time through. You gonna take out the trash if you got 5 separate reminders? Must be important. You get 5 separate reminders. What day is it? Is it? It's Wednesday, that's right. I do need to take out the trash now that I think about it. Trash runs here on Mondays and Thursdays. I'd completely forgotten that it was Wednesday. I should remember that because yesterday was Tuesday and I had tacos, as is traditional. Taco Tuesday every Tuesday. That's the rule. It's alright. Fine sandpaper takes a little bit longer, but seems like you wind up with better results. But I can still see the nub there. If I look close enough, I can see the bump, the bulge. Take it out of stream. Alright. Always forget to take mine out until the morning. Then sometimes I'll forget to take it out at all as a result. Not real bright, but whatever. It's not that big a concern. It's just me. There's no one here to get mad at me for doing it poorly, except for myself. If I'm feeling lazy, I don't really care. That's the danger, though. You get too lazy and nothing gets done. Or you get too into one certain thing. How people get with video games sometimes. Way too much focus on them. I don't know how people play the game so much. Wish I could play games more. I have various different ones to finish after all. Bunch of PS4 games I haven't worked on in ages. There's a piece of plastic stuck in here. There we go. That's done. Alright, that's where those hooks were. The hooks that I didn't finish from last week because I couldn't clean them off well enough because I didn't have tweezers, which I do have today. But that's okay, those are going to be fragile and I don't want to deal with them quite yet anyway. I can glue them on later. Seems that they're not going to get in the way of anything, or nothing's going to get in the way of them, as far as I can tell, as long as I put them on new before the tracks. But all things considered, how this has to be put together, I don't know that I would put the tracks on until everything was painted. And that means I don't put the track rails on even until everything's painted. I should try and keep links to a PDF or something for the instructions as I work on the kit. That might be neat, might be useful to have. Should be fine. 3 more to go for one side, then I gotta do this 12 more times for the other. This is high-end television right here. High quality entertainment. I can't fast forward it because it's a stream. Knife cleaned off. Maybe there's some pieces of work I should do off stream. Suspension work or something like that, maybe. At least so I don't have anything great to talk about for the time being, and that's the trouble today. But it really had nothing happen recently. Not bad. Alright. Time for the next. All I've really been doing lately is keeping up with the war in Ukraine is the morbid curiosity you get from seeing people fight in combat. At least in the case of Russia, do really, really badly at fighting in combat. Poor conscripts getting sent into a meat grinder. All because Putin has some weird Hitler-level ideas about Greater Russia. This stuff's been pretty wild to see. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with that in any regard, but it's been fun watching people take the black pill and then hopium and then the black pill again. I like the Reddit Legion jokes about their wholesome javelins and such like that. That stuff's been a blast. Trying to decipher what's true and what's not, also always a blast. Everyone always enjoys doing that. It's much propaganda on both sides. But it seems like Ukrainian MOD at least has more of a semblance of the truth than the Russians do. The Russian stuff is just, it's not even by that point propaganda. There might be truth to some of that, overblown or not. The Russian stuff is just outright lies. God, day 20, something like that, right? Of a 12-hour operation. This is supposed to be over on like day 1. The VDV were supposed to take the airport early on and be able to zoom right into Kiev and take out Zelensky and put in their puppet government and end the war. And instead they're losing billions in military hardware. I've seen, I think, 5 Tor missile systems taken out. Maybe 6 or 7 by now. I can't remember. Each of those things is like 20 million or 25 million US dollars. Like that is the equivalent cost. That is an absurd loss for each one. And they keep losing them. Because what security? What is actually running your electronic warfare so that you can maybe stop drones from knocking out everything you own? Who knows? Why would Russia worry about that stuff? It's so absolutely bizarrely baffling. Good. This side good? No, this side needs sanded. Yeah, there we go. Alright. One set of wheels done. I don't know that I want to glue these on here yet. Mostly because that won't aid very much in painting. Although, you're not going to be able to see a whole lot of these things due to the size and the cluttered nature of it once it's got all of its tracks and everything else are put on here. That's fun. That might have something. There is nothing in the hole. It just doesn't fit for some weird reason. There it kind of did. Pop. Did I lose a wheel? Did I not take one of them off? Oh God. I don't pin by step up here, do I? I do not. I don't know if I'd have the right size drill bit anyway. No worries. I lost a wheel or did not cut one out. Let's find out which. Nice. Jesus Christ. Cannot believe that. Oh my god. Cut it out and it got stuck between the sprue. That's fantastic. Let's sand this one out right. Gotta make sure this one's hidden. That looks terrible. I won't be able to easily clean these up after painting. But that's okay, they are road wheels. They would take wear and damage in real life regardless. Even though this thing's a prototype. Be cool to make like a nuclear diorama for this thing, but excuse me. I've never made a diorama, however you want to say it. Diorama-rama, whatever. Missing wheel. No, it's here. I feel like they might have spares. They do not have spares, but I do have all the wheels in any case. So there's nothing to be that worried about yet, other than my skills, which are low. But we'll ignore that. Nice. Let's try this one. Does this one fit better? No, that's weird. That one is very loose. I want to make a bad joke, but I probably should not. Making sure all these are glued on straight is going to be a challenge. I'm wondering if I should glue them on quite yet. Nice, that wheel's going to keep coming off until it is glued on. So it's one side done. Go ahead and do the other now. Be prepared for a blast. Ultimate in entertainment. As I knock the camera around. Attach my magnifying glass lamp. I can't really easily use the magnifying glass because it was really far out of frame for you guys. I can tilt this over somewhat and maybe make it a little better, but it's still not real practical to use. I'm not used to using these kind of aids. Said AIDS. Oh god. I'm gonna be canceled now. I won't survive. It's not cancel culture, it's consequence culture. What does that even mean? Does anyone actually even know? Probably not. Oof, I don't want to do that way. That seems... That's sketchy right there. Okay, so we got 4, 5, yeah, okay, we got them all. I haven't lost any wheels yet, thank God. If I did, I'd probably put them on the inside near the back or something, where you're probably less likely to notice that there's a missing road, or not missing. There is a missing road wheel, that's what I needed to say. There's a fun piece of information for you as well. You have return rollers spoilers, which I haven't put on yet. Those would be above the road wheels. Nice. We're gonna lose more road wheels on that stuff because they're not glued in. You have the sprocket wheel and the idler wheel, and then of course the road wheels on the bottom, which is what I'm cleaning up right now. Don't know all the suspension types, but the arrangement of everything will depend on suspension. I know the Germans used torsion bar, which had the nightmarishly complicated road wheels that were all weaved together. That made maintenance really difficult because if there was any damage or anything got jammed in the inner line, you had to take off tons of road wheels in order to actually get to it. Take out the trash. Yeah. I think that's his plan, is to take out the trash before he gets yelled at for having not done it. Maybe that's what he's doing now. He's taking out the trash. How's visual novel study going? That's like 90% of what you play. The rest of the 90% is probably just complaining about Elden Ring, whatever it is. I'm not gonna play it. Not my style of game. Will I get canceled for this? Will I be ruined once some rando who actually for whatever reason gives me a chance and watches this sees that I don't like Elden Ring? Truly unsurvivable, I'm sure. Watch VTubers playing Elden Ring. Been like 90% of my contact with it. Nah, it's been 100%, let's be honest. We're only interesting enough to do that stuff. But it's not like I have a character or anything else worked out. I don't have any fun stuff to elaborate on. Work on my neat old military model kits. I might show you guys one of the kits that I got real recently. I broke my kit buying ban. Part of the reason I want to do this is to give me an excuse to work through the stash, because the stash grows if you don't work on your kits. I really need to set off some time every few days. Should just sit down at this nice desk here. This desk is not very nice. And work on the kits. Because I don't have nice displays to have. I can set them up through my house. My dad wants me to build the big 1350 Graf Zeppelin kit I have. That was a request of his a while back. I haven't worked on it yet. I have a Graf Spee I'd like to build as well. That would be fun. I don't know, well, 1350 kits or anything would work. Build them on stream though. For one, they're massive. It's not easy to get everything in frame. And the Chronoplan is probably a little similar to that. The 1700 kits, I think it'd be too fiddly. Like I don't know that would be very entertaining to watch, especially once it got to photo etch. Photo etches, that's a different level of fun right there. Welcome back, Doug. Did you get trash taken out? I assume that's what you were doing. bags of trash was it? 2, 3, 4 in construction material. God. F. Trash is for losers. You in your hot tub or something, maybe? Or have you already done your hot tub for the evening? Richie Rich hot tub, man. Check something real quick. There we go. Need to be able to see the time. I need to not auto-hide my taskbar on this computer. I don't have a clock in view or anything, so I can't look down at that. I dig for my phone, and I've got it in my pocket, so I don't try and fiddle with it. There we go. It's another one down. So many road wheels. The tracks are going to be an absolutely terrible time when I get to those on here. Oh my lord. Prepare for a nightmare once that comes about. Like that is something that will be absolutely horrifying to do and set up. Like you want to see something take way too long, tracks on this thing are gonna take forever. 4 sets, and they're all fiddly and tiny. Some are individual links. They all look really nicely molded. Oh, working? Yeah. Fair enough. You gotta make that dough. You gotta have that Sigma male grind set. Keep up the grind set, man. Keep up the grind set. I don't even have a grind set. That's why I don't do anything. I'm a terrible Sigma male. Maybe one day, if I believe really hard, I'll turn into a good Sigma male. No, Mom, I told you, I'm not. I'm not a loser, I'm a Sigma male. Dragon T95 kit? Oh, Jesus. I could believe it. I've never looked into that. I think Dragon makes a nice M60 Starship. I'd like to build that. I like Starships. I think they're really cool looking. That weirdly shaped turret's really fascinating. And those Shillelagh missiles had such interesting technology. 4 tracks, each link is 3 parts, and like 30 running wheels, each made of 2 parts. Whew, Jesus. Yeah, that would be awful to work with, my god. I don't find the T95 to be particularly interesting. However, there is that Vespid Models mouse, and they have one that has like the E100 style turret, or like I guess Henschel style in a sense, I don't know. And they've got the original mouse turret. I would like to get that because I think a 172 scale mouse would be cool. I've got a Yog Tiger over here that's like a 1980s Italeri tool that looks kind of bad, but it's okay. This thing had terrible running gear and terrible tracks, as you can see. Like, there's super glue and everything else, and nothing makes it stick. It's always terrible. This was rather unpleasant. One of them broke off at the rear because, I don't know, that like the sprite or idler wheels are bent in because these tracks are like 2 millimeters too short to actually fit on the kit. And the worst part is that these are better than the terrible Lincoln length tracks that they have with it as well. But it's the way it works. It was a good learning experience. I think I did at least manage to do a little bit of interesting stuff, although I didn't do great at it. I can't remember if that was supposed to be flat. Yeah, probably supposed to be entirely flat. Whatever, it's fine. Old kit. Yes, we are model nerds, by the way. That would make sense. I'm building model kits. Why would I not be a model nerd? Like, that just seems like the logical conclusion to make here. Takom makes a lot of kits that I want really badly right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Desk. Let me put this down first. Ah. Oh. Every once in a while, one of these bolts pops in the desk. Try to move. Use some Loctite or something. It's even more slanty than it was before, but whatever. Really doesn't matter for the purposes of what we're doing. Is the light alright still? Might be a little too high. That might work a little bit better. Show everything a little easier. Alright. Let's get back to work. Shuffle that back and maybe I can get a little closer and make this easier on myself. Anyway, they make those 1-350 Zeppelins. I really think those are cool. They make the big Chronoplan, which I've got up on my shelf up here. Might grab that in a few. I really like those 1/700 gearing kits. One of them has a cool 1/72 scale dual-purpose 5-inch gun mount included with it as well as a bonus, and that just seems awesome. I would have a blast building that. I want a 1/72 scale destroyer. That would be a lot of fun. I think Revell makes a 1/72 scale destroyer. Maybe it's a 1/144 Fletcher. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure they make a very large one. I know they make like 1/72 flower class Corvettes, and I think some of the German motor torpedo boats like the S100s and such. The E-boots, which are really cool looking boats, I think. Probably need to build some American stuff and not just a bunch of German and Soviet equipment. Can't build Russian stuff right now. That's haram. My God. International Mustard Museum. Our Russian mustard is not on display due to the war. Like, how long until the letter Z is removed from the alphabet because it's looked at as being some covert sign like a swastika now? The Z stands for fascism. Now we're going to remove the Z from the English alphabet to make sure that the Russians are totally removed from all society. That actually looks remarkably good. I'm surprised by how well that cleaned up right there. I don't know what happened, but I guess I've gotten the groove of getting these things done better. All the better. Makes for a better looking kit. If I can do a better job. But I'm not gonna ever win contests or anything like that, and I'm not gonna go into any contests. Just having some fun, building some model kits. Doing something I've enjoyed doing since I was a kid. I used to build kits when I was a kid, and God, I sucked. They all look terrible. The ones I have left, at least. But then get just destroyed over years of being moved around and smashed into things. They look absolutely atrocious. Ecto knife, roll away. As long as you don't roll into me, I'm fine. There we go. Oh my god. 4 more. 4 more. And then I got more wheels to do. We still got to do the idler wheels. We got to do the sprocket wheels. We got to do the return rollers. 6 per side. 3 per track length. Yeah, this is the return roller. Not return, sprocket wheel. Idler wheels. Jesus, I'm not even saying the right thing. I'm thinking. My God. Just knife the rest of these down so I can clean them off with the sandpaper in one fell swoop. Maybe that'll be quicker. So I can get more work done. So you guys can see progress on this kit. Unlike the S3 where I've worked on it for like 2 streams and all that happened is that the cockpit's gray now. And I think maybe the chairs. I still haven't glued the chairs in, I don't think. I think I maybe cut some pieces out. Also amazed that we haven't gotten any porno bots yet. Must be doing pretty well if we're not getting the porno bots now. Usually, they're always in here by now. Spreading their degenerate smut. Trying to steal your credit card info because you're dumb enough to click on links for porno when you can just search for it on the internet so easily. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand people fall for that crap. It's amazing. Of course, people pay for OnlyFans and they can literally just search for butt pics and boobies. So, who knows? Who's got any clue as to what's going through their minds? Any excuse? Yeah, but you can't talk to those girls. You can't interact with them. And you're never gonna interact with your OnlyFans e-thought either. It's a stupid argument. Time to spread radical right-wing views on a model building stream. Nice. Gotten through the gloves. Oh no. my actual fingernails are showing through. Ripped gloves. These have gone through a lot. It's okay though, I've got an entire box filled with them. Maybe I'll just tape them back together and pretend that I got new gloves in order to save money on gloves. Ultimate cheapo option. Well, we had a break from the dog barking briefly. That break is over. I would love to live further out, where if she started barking, it was a matter of concern rather than irritation. Two more. Almost there. Looks good. Oh my lord. But once this is done, this is like some of the most tedious work on here. Set. Like, the quicker this is over, the quicker we get to do the fun stuff, like putting the hull together and making the turret so it actually looks like a tank. Part of the fun is when it starts to look like the thing you're building. At least it is to me. You get to see like how far you've come on the kit, you know? Like when you're playing Minecraft and you step away from what you've been working on, you can actually see what it is you're really building. You get the sense of accomplishment and completion the further you go through the build. I haven't played Minecraft in a while. Yeah, the tracks are going to be really unpleasant. I'm fairly certain I will not wear gloves for working on the tracks. I'll just have my awful looking hands out in the open for that, because that's going to be terrible. That is a lot of tracks. At least they're link and link. They're not like, I don't have to put the horns on or anything. Everything's right here. Sanding them may take a brief little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. However, man, there's pin marks inside of there, which are not going to be really easy to clean. I'll have to probably try folding up the sandpaper and running it through the center. That might clean the ridges off. Actually, that does look like it works pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that'll do it. There's a little bit of flash on those, and if this is all it takes to clean up, that's actually not doing so badly. I can hear it catching though, as I do this. Oh, nope, there we go. We're through. We've done it. Much nicer. Yeah, I can do that part. That'll be easy. Alright. Road wheels. Roadhouse. You guys ever seen that movie? I never have. Of course, I don't watch movies very often. It's a rarity for me to actually sit down and take the effort and time to watch a movie, but God bless, I'll watch the dumbest crap otherwise. You want me to watch a movie? No can do. Half these are not going to sit unless I glue them, so I'm not going to bother with trying to make these look fancy. Cool, fell on the floor, but fell somewhere easy to grab it. There we go. That part's done. Let's go ahead and get these idlers cut out. Let's go on the front of this tank. So transmission and transfer case stuff is all in the back, it seems. Kind of interesting, the transfer case looks like it just drops down on its own special little structure. Go ahead and cut them out because it's not going to matter. They look to be mirrored pretty much, but they are pinned in a way in order to fit in the slots for the kit. We can demonstrate this interesting design feature that the Soviets went with on this tank. It's going to glue together very well. That seems big, and that would be really difficult to clean up too. I'd like to see a picture of the back of one of these so I can tell if that seam should be cleaned off or not. A long ass time since I saw Roadhouse. All I know about Roadhouse is I watched a rental review from Cinemassacre about it. That is all I know about Roadhouse. And I guess the sequels aren't really Roadhouse. Much like sequels aren't anything anymore. There we go. So you can see how strange this looks. Son of a pool mark. Nice, just doxed myself. Oh well. Whatever. Can't fix it now anyway. There we go. As you can see, like that's separate from the structure holding the tracks, which is pretty wild. That's a weird design, but this is a weird tank. This is a really weird tank. 4 tracks, UFO shape in order to withstand nuclear blast as it were. What just snapped? I think it was just the pieces snapping together. Spooked me because it felt like it just broke. That would have been terrifying. Make sure this is all I need to do to glue these together. Yeah, there's no additional parts. I don't want to screw anything up. So always double check, because half the time you'll glue something together and find out that you were supposed to drill out some pin marks or something in it. And then you're screwed. Because you can't take the pieces back together because they're... The way model glue works is that it literally melts the plastic in order to create the bond. Like, extra thin cement has some styrene in it in order to do that work. Does it say that in it? Oh, I thought it did. Darn. It's acetone and butyl acetate. I know it has styrene in it, but it doesn't say that on there, which is interesting. There we go. That's glued together. Looks fine. Looks good. Alright. It's out of the way. Let's clean these up. It's everyone's favorite movie. Kind of weird, like, film school opinions I'm gonna get by asking that question. Doug's is probably some crazy movie about Templar Knights or something. LARPing as a crusader. Not do a good job on that. That's a notch that's going to be visible. And over here, there's... Yeah, I got it a little too deep on the cut. It might clear off with the sanding, though. I'll find out. Don't drink it. Yeah, I don't intend to drink the model glue. That would be really terrible for you. Is this keyed in any way? It's got plastic inside of it. There we go. Don't drink anything that you shouldn't be putting into your body. Have you guys seen that, like, the big thing now is drinking like methyl blue or something like that. And the people promoting it are the ones that the White House hired to tell you that Putin's the reason your gas prices have gone up. Putin and Putin alone. Nothing else. You didn't build back better enough, alright? Should have built back better. Even better. You didn't give him the power he needed. Let me get political for no apparent reason at all. And to ruin my chances of ever becoming popular. Oh my god. People get mad at me and get me fired from my job or some crap. That'll be fantastic. It's on the agenda. Deus Vult, yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Whatever. Just reading things I say, I'm gonna wind up calling Jack Murphy a cuck or something. Oh my god. The new Dune movie. Yeah. I haven't seen that. I like the old one though. One with Sting and Patrick Stewart. Old movies can be really entertaining. They can be neat. They'll oftentimes have like something more special about them than a lot of new movies. New movies are just freaking boring. Yes, watch the new Star Wars movie. It's not different than the one you've seen 30 times before, but watch it anyway. Watch the same thing you've seen a million times. Watch our newest reboot of your favorite classic movie. Watch us destroy your favorite character as we bring them back to kill them off. Here's a guy we paid an exorbitant amount of money to get into this movie again. He hates the character, but he's here. And we agreed to kill him off in the first one, just so we could have him and get your nostalgia bucks. Drink the green milk. Don't understand people defending the new Soy Wars movies. They watched one of them on an airplane flight and it was terrible. It's just the same. It was just episode 4 redone. Like, what's even the point? Disney is absolutely absurdly, exceedingly rich. And the best thing that they could make was the first movie redone worse. I don't understand that. One of my other internet friends makes the point they weren't supposed to make money. I'm sorry, they weren't supposed to be good, they were just supposed to make money. And they did that. Because people saw Star Wars and they jumped. They were more than happy to go spend their hard-earned dollars to go watch. Some of them probably got tickets from their wife's boyfriends. Makes you wonder. Evening time models. The anti-cuck model streamer. Oh my god. Whatever you do behind closed doors is your business, not mine. So I don't want to hear about it. Nice. These clean up a little bit easier than the road wheels, probably because they're very slightly larger. What time is it? 9:26. Been going for an hour so far. And today it doesn't seem like we got that much progress done, really. But, I mean, so we actually got a fair bit done. This is just the most tedious part. Like, you don't get the fun of seeing the completion, like I was saying earlier. It'll be way better once everything gets put together and you have like an actual tank or something that looks like it as the product of the stream. We are absolutely just not there yet. And, I'll have to make some kind of easy poll. Check. Yeah, embrace model building. Exactly. Rather than letting your wife be with other men, you should be doing something with your hands that will tell her you know what you're doing. Obviously. Oh, I'm out of frame again. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta lean forward further so you can actually see the work I'm doing. If only I could like have a wider frame, but move the camera much further out. Doesn't really seem to enhance anything. I'll check that though. I'll check it. If it wants to make me a list of things that I can do better, I would greatly appreciate that. Having assets and better music would probably help. I'll say that. As much as I enjoy the music I have playing, it's just video game music, and it'd probably be nicer if I could get a nice little loop made or something. Like some city punk or comfy jazz or something. Something easy and simple that people enjoy listening to. Yay! There we go. One of its testes is built. Let's put on the other one. Think this thing gets enough testosterone? These look pretty dropped. Probably safe, right? Yeah. What a butt. The sprocket wheels look a little more fun to get out of the spruce to begin with, and they're always a nightmare to clean because of the weird complex shape. Oh Lord. See, that started to twist as I was trying to cut it. It's gonna damage it. These are terrible to clean up. Ugh. You have to do this like 4 times too. Oh my lord. You gotta like rebuild the angle of it. Luckily these are the inside pieces, so it won't be that noticeable. Like you won't really be able to see what's going on with this piece. Makes it remarkable they put so much detail on it regardless. Like 3,000% unnecessary to do, but give them credit where they did it. Boy, it does not look right. It's on the top. Nah, it's just not rounded off properly. Whatever. They just had to live with it being a little bad. That's fine though. So I found if you try to get perfection in every part of this, you wind up never actually building any of your kits because you're always under the impression of, I can do it better later. And eventually you actually have to try and build one. And it's a rough trap because you get all these cool, really advanced, neat kits that you think that you'll eventually get to build, but you never even start on the little ones. How are you supposed to get to the cooler ones? Yeah, that was not done well, but it's, again, it's fine. These are interior pieces. They're not going to be noticed at all, pretty much. That looks alright. $932. I might stop here in a minute. Let's at least try and get one of these sprockets done. Yeah, there we go. I like the fact that these are indexed together. At least it looked like they were. Maybe they are not. No, they are. They are. They should only be able to fit in one particular way. And because of the way that they're built, this piece right here only indexes into the back of these in one particular way. And that'll make it fit a little bit easier. This thingy here is also supposed to go into this right here. The idea of this being that once I start to build the tracks, I don't have to build them on the kit itself. I can put them like this, and this represents where it'll be on the hull of the tank. So if this piece was actually installed, it would be spaced like that. So that means that I can build the tracks around here with that little jig and make my life much easier in order to accomplish the correct look. That's slightly tilted. Maybe slightly. I'll have to clean that up and make sure that it mounts properly. I don't want this to be done wrong after all. Tony Drugs got plastic crack. When are you gonna finish your Japanese submarine? You've been working on that thing for like 5 years, just like Nagato. Finish Nagato, finish Nagato. Never. We'll never finish Nagato. So I'll never finish Nagatora. No, I'm kidding. Snip. It's just like the horses on the farm. Snip. I'll have to build a model kit for Doug to have in his office at some point. One day, yeah. Nagato's behind me right now. It's on the mantle. Hey, that actually worked pretty well. Nice. I got this one cleaned up nicely. I'm proud of that. I didn't screw it up really badly. That feels good. Although there are these injection marks back here. I need to do very much to clean them up, but I should at least cut them flush. Probably sand it a little bit too. Make it look as good as I can. Hells yeah. What kind of kit would you like to build, Doug? Anything you find particularly cool? There's so many things available. Maybe I should give you one of the kits that I'll finish on stream, since you're the reason I've got the microphone. This wonderful high quality Blue Yeti microphone. It's not sarcasm, it's quite a good microphone. There we go. Don't know much about vehicles, huh? Well, that's depressing. Does it fit? Come on, come on. Oh God, no. Oh Lord. This is a disaster. This right here is gonna create absolute hell on earth. Oh my God. We're getting a sanding stick for this part. Of course, the one I need is just like worn to hell and back. Oh, maybe it doesn't need much. Please, 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 please. Oh, nope. Maybe, maybe. Hey! Oh my God! Thank the Lord that wasn't harder than it was. Holy crap! That would have been bad. Sponsor. I mean, yeah, he's a sponsor. He's already made jokes that he's gonna simp for my first super chat. Oh my God. I'm not nearly entertaining enough to do this very well. Not today, at least. I don't know. Didn't really have any good thoughts planned out or anything like that. I need to plan that out better. Been a little lazy with trying to get content done, but I am still happy that I was able to do this at all today, and I didn't make an excuse not to, as I said earlier. I just kind of want to. I don't know why. I hate doing things that I schedule. I'm too free a spirit, I guess. Let's see if we can get this other one done. I got the other one done pretty quickly after I didn't have to fix it so much. Go. Snip. Yeah, that'll be easy cleanup. This one too. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't screw it up. Yeah, perfect. Alright. This piece. Yep, there we go. I can't wait until I make enough in Super Chats to buy Taco Bell. That's the dream. Doug, when was the last time you ate Taco Bell? Mr. Fancy Man? It's probably been a while, hasn't it? I had it for lunch fairly recently myself. A week or two ago, maybe? And now I'm hungry. Because I started talking about Taco Bell. That's fantastic. I'm not going to go get Taco Bell. It's like 9:30 at night or some crap. 9:41. Even later. I'm not leaving today this late at night for food. I'm not a madman. That cleaned up really well, actually. I'm real pleased with that. This one went way better than the other. Now that I think I've got a good method to cut this out, should do fine. These parts where there's like potential for losing detail on a bag cut. Oh man, that sucks. There's one right next to work for me. So I can go pretty easy, and of course there's one real close to me by the hospital as well. And that's not far away either. I mean, there's literally 4 Taco Bells on one road down here. Granted, that's like, you know, US route, but still. It's 4 Taco Bells on one road, and that's a lot of Taco Bells, as it turns out. Ah, thank God. There we go. We did it. One down. Just for fun, because I should probably wrap this up, because it's not like I'm going to get that much more done. Anyway, let's get the upper hull cut out so you can get a good look at how weird this tank really is. There we go. I don't like the way where these attached at all. That's pretty awful. I will absolutely need to putty this part down, I would say. Because any amount of cleaning work I do is going to wind up giving me with a little gap like that. But that's fine. That should be pretty easy to correct when I get to it. I just wanted, for the fun of it, to be able to put the hull halves together. So many different points down here. I don't really want to do too much with them, although I'm going to cut these injector pins out, because otherwise they might not fit correctly. This kind of stuff gets in the way a lot. The holes they make are always real nasty looking, so sometimes they'll be on places where they're really, really easily visible, and it just looks absolutely terrible as a result. back pieces off, like transmission transfer cases. Pretty sure that's what those are. These pins inside of here are so small. There we go. Looks like that got it. Like what a strange shape. Am I right? Mexicans around. See. Like at actual tacos. Yeah, fair enough. The Mexican restaurant that I eat at most around here is actually run and owned by Mexicans. It's not Chinese people like some of the other ones around. But yeah, like this is such a weird looking vehicle. Such a strange hull shape. But yeah, it's the atomic tank. It actually matches up really remarkably well. Looks like it fits pretty well too. Needs cleanup over there. Clean up right there, of course. Maybe a tad bit of super glue right there. That should work remarkably well. That looks fantastic. Such great detail. Like the grates look really good. All the details there. Like the hatch is nicely well defined. There's nothing I have to sand on top of here, at least hopefully. Doesn't seem like these should show through. Like the only place that's really lacking any detail at all is on the vision blocks for the driver. But that's so small, I don't know that you could really reasonably get any detail you could show on those. Fascinating regardless. Of course, the turret, I think, has a pretty neat... no, it doesn't have much of a texture or anything like that. I thought it did, but I'm just misremembering. It's a weirdly shaped turret, too, with that step on it right there. Hopefully that fits together as nicely as the hull does, because cleaning up the seams in this area right here will be pretty bad if I have to putty those together. Of course, the barrel is wonderfully detailed. Should be pretty easy to clean that up. Get a great bit of detail from that. Hatches look nice. IR searchlight looks pretty neat right here. Pretty sure that's what that is. Looks like you have the option to have it open or closed, from what I can see. Now, are the headlight guards, are those photo etch? Let's check the instruction manual. Yep, photo etch. Nice. They look really good. God, look at those tracks. Oh god. That'll be for another day, of course. Hopefully it's not as bad as it seems like it will be. Turret looks like it should be pretty easy to build. We got the gun options here. We can go with the gun launcher or the 130. The 130 is fascinating, but you don't really get to learn why it's fascinating on here, because it's not like you have any mention of the fact that the 130 on this tank was actually auto-loaded and had a remarkably fast reload, considering it was like a naval gun just about. It's pretty cool. I really wish you could more easily read what these said. It's not real simple. But they got 3 paint jobs here. I'm not sure which one I'd want to use. I feel like the multicolor one is certainly more visually interesting, rather than just, you know, Russian khaki green and nothing else. Kind of like the tanks before this, like the T10, which has the white stripe, like the white cross on the turret. I always find that visually interesting. But oh yeah, gun launcher. Yeah, it does kind of sound like you're launching guns, but I mean it's like gun missile launcher. And hold on. Let's clear up the working area a bit. Let me put this knife into a little case again so that way I don't stab myself or get cut up or anything like that. It's the last thing I need. Why is your hand hurt? What happened to you? Oh, cut myself while building models. There we go. Alright, I said I was going to show this. So, let's take a look at this guy right here. Let's move some things briefly to make it a little easier to see. Get a little better visual frame. Yeah, the Lund class. Let's wait until I can properly actually see what's going on here. There we go. Is that better in frame? Push it back a little bit. Oh, come on, update. I'd like to see where exactly this thing's sitting in frame. Oh, now it's all slanty shanty. Anyway, so this thing looks pretty neat. It's a wing and ground effect craft. It's like a big flying boat that doesn't actually fly very high at all. I think like 32 feet is the maximum altitude of this aircraft. Well, aircraft. It's got some pretty good looking details for its size. I like that the tail is like much bigger than the actual wing section of it. Looks pretty well kept. Like the kit looks nicely detailed. I think the glass was really remarkably clear when I checked it. These things are actually pretty heavy too. This is a stout kit. Here's the front and the stabilizer. Oh, I didn't realize this. The gun is actually built in. That's gonna be interesting. Like the turret there. That's cool. So that must just be... Yeah, it's probably a plastic piece that do the work. Yeah, the clear parts are actually remarkably nice. You can see through these really, really well. That's really high visual. Even on that part, like, I'll have to paint the inside of the whole thing just to make sure you can't see only gray inside. Cockpit's pretty nicely detailed there. Got the engines. These are the anti-ship missiles. Back of it, yeah, the covers for the anti-ship missiles. Seems like this will be an interesting kit when I get to it. Half a meter long. It's fairly large. Take out the instruction manual, which is on the very, very bottom of this. Oh Lord. It's all wrapped up anyway. I don't think there's any photo etch, but it does have some pretty nice looking decals. Based on the experimental KM Caspian Sea monster. I think it was just a name for it. The Lund class Achroniclon is a ground effect vehicle designed in 1975 by Rostislav Alexeyev. The unique design of the boat-shaped hull fuselage combined with the large area wing allowed this ship to fly using the lift generated by the ground effect within 16 feet. Oh, 16 feet was maximum height. 4 meters of the water surface. 380-ton Lund. Jeez, that is quite heavy. Harrier was powered by 8 Kuznetsov NK97 turbofan engines mounted in the front cannons. providing a combined thrust of some 224,000 pounds through vectored nozzles, which brought it up to a maximum speed of 340 miles per hour. This thing was faster than some World War II fighters, which is really fascinating. Their vehicle was crewed by 7 officers and 4 midshipmen who could be sustained for 5 days without resupply. Primarily equipped for anti-surface warfare, the Lund carried 6 lethal P-270 Mosquito guided anti-ship missiles mounted in 3 pairs down the dorsal spine, with each Mach 3 missile capable of precision strikes up to 75 miles away. Well, considering the accuracy we've seen in the last 3 weeks, that's probably exaggerated. The ship was defended by 4 23mm PI-23 cannons mounted in twin turrets at the tail and under the forward missile tubes. Only a single example was produced and it never went to combat, after entering service as the MD-160 with the Soviet Navy Caspian Flotilla in 1987. It was retired from the Russian Navy in the late 1990s and was abandoned at a Caspian Sea naval base in Kaspisk until 2020. The Lund is currently on its final journey to Preservation Park near Moscow. An interesting vehicle that always captures everyone's imagination. We don't seem to get really crazy stuff like this anymore. It'll be interesting to build. Got a few paint jobs here. Kind of like the Soviet Navy one right here. Oh, that one is too, but it doesn't have the cool ends in there like that one. Does it have the other paint job on here? It does not. Ah, too bad. Let's see all the summary of the parts and everything up top. Let's toss this back up top. Oh yeah, probably. He's got Slav directly in his name. You're not kidding. It's gonna be something crazy. Well, guys, so we've had a good enough time. I managed to go longer than I anticipated. Let's go to my nice little end card that I didn't make, and I will have to make at some point because I should. Hope everybody had a good enough time just sitting here listening to me ramble on about whatever, honestly. Wasn't that much interesting stuff going on, but that's fine. I'll try and work on this again here soon. Probably a good idea to keep up some kind of momentum working on such a bizarre kit like the Object 279. Hopefully next time I stream I'll have maybe some assets made. I really need to actually work on that. I don't have any image editing software, and I don't know of any like free solutions to that or anything. I think the best bet is that I can get like 2-week trials from Adobe Photoshop or something like that for free. It's about my only option. Jeez, these gloves are not coming off. But I will talk to you guys later. Have a good evening.